Okay.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, I'll call the September 21st, 2020, 6 PM Halifax Board of Selectmen meeting to order. On the agenda, we have board meeting
2021.
2021.
Lost that year with
The other
COVID.
night you was 6 o'clock, tonight now you.
I don't know why you're doing that.
Different year. All right, so 6 o'clock. We have review and discussion of articles for the special town meeting that evening, it's tonight. Discussion of fiscal year 2022 budget, discussion. Discuss a proposed insurance settlement offer related to an insurance claim made by David and Laura Giddens of 70 Oak Street. D is 5G cellular, small cellular, general bylaws, zoning bylaws, and municipal permitting. So why don't we start off with the motions
Okay.
for tonight?
Well, do you,
Do it again.
unless you're waiting for somebody else, Karen's on right now.
We're gonna wait for Paul now.
Or for Paul.
Paul had called and said that he was gonna be about 10 minutes.
Okay. We're going to be waiting for Paul to write this.
Okay. All right. So we've got Article 1, we're gonna pass over Article 1, correct?
Yep.
So,
Gordon? Yeah? Like, Troy, you wanna pass over Article 1?
you wanna do Article 1?
Yeah, because we haven't done meeting, but anyway,
Okay. Troy? Article 1? Before it was a big bunch.
No, 2.
2,
We passed over originally, right?
2 is to pass over, so
I'll do it.
okay.
I thought we had to make sure it was finalized, no?
Well, one is not, yeah, we are still in negotiations with the patrol officers on fiscal 21. For Article 2, we're done. As long as town meeting approves the appropriation, we're set for fiscal 21 for the next unit.
We need to vote on whether the Board of Selectmen recommends, right? Because we didn't do on this one.
Oh, this one hasn't.
No, we did recommend this one last time. This one would have closed it.
You actually.
I already had written my
Selectmen
mind.
Yeah.
approved it.
Okay. We don't have it printed here.
Okay.
So just so you know that, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just as in the last meeting,
Yeah.
I'm asking for the finance committee's recommendation and the board of selectmen's
Okay.
recommendation.
And are you always gonna respond to that,
Sure.
the other chair?
3, firefighters.
It'll be you.
Is there a motion to recommend?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right. Board of Selectmen recommends. 4 is highway cemetery,
I'll do it, because I do highway.
and they agreed to that this afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. Actually,
I move it.
Second.
all in favor recommending aye?
Aye.
All right.
5, sergeants.
Sure, you wanna do sergeant?
Have we come to an agreement with them?
Just on the pay rate, that's it. We're going to be having negotiations in the middle of October on the rest of the contract. But for the pay rate for fiscal 22, we've reached this agreement.
Okay. Okay, is there, he moved, you second?
Second.
All those in favor recommend aye?
Aye.
Aye.
And Troy's gonna motion it.
Yeah. Okay, 6 is patrolman. It's for the issue.
I can do that one, it's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Troy, you want to do
Troy
that one?
wants to do it.
That's- Police?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a motion to recommend?
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, recommend that.
Did we do the highway?
Do we make a
They
recommendation?
didn't
Yeah.
feel it.
With me.
Okay, just for 4, we haven't actually done anything back. So you may need, just,
So highway didn't?
highway is not, I don't have anything. I'm gonna, Kim Sylvia, who's the regional rep, has said that they should reach me by the end of the day. I've not got anything back.
So that's going to be a motion to pass over then?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
I'll
articles?
go
4.
4.
4?
Okay, is there a motion to pass over Article 4?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, motion to recommend passing of Article 4. We did 6.
Yes.
Did we do
7.
7 as mixed unit?
I'll do that one.
Okay, is that a motion to recommend?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye. I should ask Kurt to write my notes too.
8. We're not taking any action over this, we're passing over, correct?
Right, this is the Passover because it hasn't gone to the
We
planning
already
board.
recommended the passover.
So who's gonna pass it over? You?
Me, put me down. 9. It's supposed to be the water department.
So we just have to move it.
We already recommended this.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's moving it? The water department's doing it?
Water
We don't
department.
have to? Perfect.
10 we already recommended. That's me.
Good, you're doing 10?
Yep. Is that me?
Ashley?
Me.
Ashley? Okay, and that's raised, that's changed, so is there a motion to recommend?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye. And Paul said that we're just saying, pretty much, Bert was gonna say, do I have a motion as read in blah, 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 as listed here, and we're just saying so moved, because Paul doesn't want us reading all this, right?
Right. Basically, he wants people to say, I so move.
Aye, so
Okay.
move. Okay. Okay. 11's done.
12,
12?
inspectional service vehicle, we already recommended, right?
That's a change though.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, raise and appropriate.
Okay, I
Is there a motion to recommend?
so moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in
Who's doing
favor,
that?
Aye.
Gordon, you're doing that one, right?
Aye, yeah.
Article 13, this was Troy, this is the Uberman, right?
Yeah.
And we already recommended it, I remember, I think.
Okay, 14,
That was Ashley.
Ashley,
We recommended it?
Yes.
and then Chief Schaus, president.
Okay, so I just have to move it.
Me.
Is that the one with the presentation and everything going?
Yeah, Article 14 was the
14.
presentation. Article 15 was Gordon about the Silver Lake.
Recommended. All right,
16,
16 is raised and appropriate now.
And that was you, Ashley.
Oh, that was anyways, right? There's no change in that. It's still raised and appropriate.
yep, and we recommended it, and I'll move it. 17, so we don't have to do anything on this one.
It's a planning board member or resident, but I have noted.
Right.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Who's doing 16?
I am, and we recommended. 17 is a resident, we don't have to move it. And it was recommended 2-1 by the selectmen.
And that's me.
No, no one.
Well, if it's, that's me saying recommendation anyways. It's 2-1 vote.
That was 17, right?
Yep. 18,
Who's doing that one? Because I
a
have
planning
18's
board or
passing.
resident.
Diane, somebody.
That's not really
Let's talk
her.
about 17 again.
Yeah, it'll be a
Colonel
resident.
Booth has somebody who's doing it, because he's not a resident. 18, we're passing over
Gordon.
Gordon.
Okay.
the 19, well, Steve's gonna talk about it, I can move it.
And
Right,
that's raised and appropriate, so is there a motion to recommend?
Well, he was
So
on
moved.
vacation. That's why you were gonna do it.
right, so he's doing it now.
Second.
So, Steve?
All those in
Yeah.
favor recommended?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Commissioner Steve.
But hey, I got easier the fourth time around.
Oh, man. Soccer updates.
All right, on to the
Um,
next.
So the next issue is discussion of fiscal year 2022 budget.
Right, so I know that Cindy reran the numbers so that the articles for the raise and appropriate do pass, where I believe it's about 229 left on the table, something like that.
Excess capacity.
Yeah.
Which is less than Finance Committee was recommending, so they might not recommend our articles, just so everyone's aware.
They wanted what, 300?
Yeah.
So the reminder, I believe we have a meeting on Thursday for 2 minutes to finish the hearing on the reclassification hearing, and then sign the paperwork showing, in fact, how much extra capacity we have, excess capacity. So everything can get sent to the state to get the tax rate set.
All right, so, okay.
What time is it, Charlie, do you remember? 9:30?
I think it's 9:30, yeah.
Yeah. So on that, it says this is Board of Assessors. I'm hoping this is just the filter issue. That's the 23rd.
Why does it say Board of Assessors twice? Huh. Let me check the agendas then. Yeah, I have on the agenda the 23rd at 9:30. I don't know why it's not up on the calendars we're pointing out, but it's up on the agendas.
How does that work? Open meeting hours. No, it says assessors.
Post
What day?
listing agenda, the 23rd.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all your hard work.
What time is it
So
up?
we're not posted as a board of selectmen?
Well, we posted with the agenda
Yeah.
on the website at 9:30. It's just not posted on the calendar. So we are posted on the website and on the board at town.
What probably happened, Charlie, is that, oh, no.
Step out. Paul.
They were followed.
Did I have 6?
You do have 6.
Do you want to rattle off the ones you have? Okay, ready? You have 1. Okay. Then you have 5.
Yep.
And you have 6.
So, hi, everybody.
You have
Hello.
13. You have 13.
How are ya?
Hey,
That's what I got.
You got a couple of seats, take your pick.
so, yeah.
Is that what you had, Troy?
Hey. Oh, hey. All right. You weren't speaking, were you? I was.
We have a police officer at the table.
Oops.
You couldn't have been speeding if you were stuck in traffic.
Right.
Foot was fast.
All right, so,
So Karen, we have Paul DeRensis in, so I put you on as loud as I can. I'm hoping when you talk, people will be able to hear you.
Great.
okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Karen. This is Paul Lorenz.
Hi, Paul.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
the-
since we're not in executive session, I'm just going to keep this short and sweet and tell you that I've reviewed and investigated the complaint, and I'm seeking consent to settle per the terms of the insurance contract.
okay, so we just need a motion to, what should the motion be? Motion,
Motion should be to consent to the request from the insurance company to adjust and conduct settlement discussions regarding a claim.
Is that sufficient, Karen?
That is, if we could just follow up in writing once we've taken a vote if it is in favor.
Okay, yeah, we'll be able to send something on tomorrow morning.
all right, so is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous, thank you, Karen.
All right, thanks, everyone. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Thank you, Karen. Bye-bye.
So then we've got, on the agenda 5G cellular, small cellular, general bylaws, zoning laws, and municipal permitting.
So I had requested the agenda item because there are 4 options available to the community. One is to adopt some regulations. Second is to adopt a zoning bylaw at town meeting. The third is to do both, adopt regulations for now and do it with the bylaw at town meeting. And the fourth option is to do nothing. So I got an email from Charlie saying he thought the third option was the best. Maybe you should explain.
So zoning obviously can handle possibly to a limited extent where or how 5G can be installed. Basically, the feds have said towns really don't have much authority over 5G. I mean, there might be reasonable permitting restraints we can put on it, but basically the rule of thumb is they're going to be allowed, but they could be set up through a special permitting process with the understanding that in the end, they're going to be allowed with maybe reasonable accommodations. But the thing is, most 5G cellular is going to be within the right-of-way of our streets and roads, so that the board will have the right to actually issue permits for use of the right-of-way. So we'll have zoning, but we'll also have regulations. Zoning, we're going to have to hold off until May, but if for some reason a 5G company comes in the interim in the next 9 months, we'll at least have some permitting process in place to handle that situation. I'm not suggesting we get something done tomorrow or next week, but regulations could be done at an earlier time than the zoning. Maybe the zoning bylaws get drafted by the end of the year, they're presenting the planning board, and we get to May and they're voted on at town meeting. But in the meantime, we'll have regulations in place.
So do we have suggested regulations?
I know that Paul's firm has done work on that area.
Yes, but Basically, the third option is the most elaborate because it involves both regulations and a bylaw. So I'm always concerned about
Overkill.
and legal fees. I don't want to keep running up legal fees on these projects. You do need something to protect the community against distasteful looking 5G installations. So what Charlie is saying is good wisdom. The question is, is that where you want to spend your legal dollars? And how much do you want?
Well, we have regulations from other communities like Burlington and Cambridge, which we can strip the serial numbers off.
We can do something with copying stuff from others. And the same thing with the bylaw. We've drafted bylaws elsewhere and they've been approved by the Attorney General, so we can adapt all of those to Halifax. That would be the plan. So we're not going to try and invent this from whole cloth. We're going to work at adapting what's been done in other communities.
I think that if you're gonna look at it for the bylaws, then you should look at it as part of the new committee, Ashley, that you're in.
Mhm.
So I think you should review it there
Okay.
and hold off on trying to implement something right now without going through everything. I think we can bring Paul in later in the process and see where we are with the legal budget. But I think it makes sense to move forward with what you guys are doing and then look at where we are in the budget and try to get something implemented the second half of the year. Is that all right with the board?
I agree. I don't want to prepay things.
Okay. All right. And then the only other thing we have, so we don't have one for executive session. Nothing new for sergeants because we dealt with that. Patrol officers same. Firefighters done. Highway, we didn't get a response back.
No, oh, keep checking, we got a half hour before town meeting. Keep an eye on that.
Mixed unit is set. Police, fire chief, Silver Lake and HES.
We don't have to go.
So I don't think we have to go in for there. Is there a motion for executive session for anything else?
Still looking for pay raise.
We voted that the last meeting.
Prorated.
I motion to go into executive session, because we're meeting with town council pursuant Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A5, at Suffolk Construction versus DCAM 449, Mass 444, 2007, to discuss investigation of charges of criminal misconduct in consideration of filing criminal complaints. As strategy with respect to litigation, open meeting may have a detrimental effect on litigating positions of the town. I also
So, I guess,
want to update with Paul on those other lawsuits, so I don't know how you want me to motion that,
so why don't you
because he's
do,
here, so we might as
So
well use
why-
him while he's here.
well, why don't we vote this one first
Yeah.
and then you guys can, so is there a second?
So 1% for FY22. The only thing is big impact.
Second.
Okay, Ashley?
Yes,
Troy?
Yes.
Myself, yes. And then, do you have another motion?
and then I'd motion to go into executive session to discuss litigation on Gordon C. Andrews versus Town of Halifax, petition 868 and 869. Gordon Andrews versus Halifax, petition 915-2083. Gordon Andrews versus Town of Halifax, petitions 922 and 924. I think that's supposed to be -22, but Gordon Andrews versus Halifax, civil action number 120, CB 11659, and we'll probably adjourn from there and go right into town meeting.
I think you should read out.
Oh, sorry. As discussing strategy with respect to litigation, open meeting may have detrimental effect on litigation position of the town.
So that's between you two, so I gotta recuse myself.
So I just need a second. Troy. Do a second? All those in favor, aye.